Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
The Lieutenant Governor is charged with theft and misconduct in public office over unpaid vehicle rentals.
Also tonight, more on government vehicles as a DUI arrest allegedly comes in a CNMI paid-for car.
And cuts are coming to flights from Korea as the NMI faces a shortage of seats.
In sports, what would Larry Bird do? You'll find out tonight.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land. There's fish-shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French veg. But just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch. As a handful of McDonald's in McDonald land. Get the McDonald land.
Try the new Mount McDonald and Shake today.
Early one evening, John was headed to a barbecue party with some friends. They were driving from Garapan to Cagman. The night started out great until John decided to start texting his friends while driving. He did not realize that a vehicle carrying a family of 4, including 2 little children, were headed their direction. Suddenly, some people don't realize just how dangerous driving while distracted can be until it is too late. Remember to always keep your eyes on the road. Your life and those around you are more important than sending that text. Whatever it is, it can wait. If only John followed this advice, the outcome would have been different. Drive safe, CNMI. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on August 22nd from our studio on Capitol Hill.
3 government officials, including the current Lieutenant Governor, are facing serious charges, accused of misusing public funds and racking up tens of thousands of dollars in unpaid vehicle rentals. Court documents filed in the CNMI Superior Court outline a pattern of alleged misuse of public funds by 3 high-ranking government officials. The defendants are Lieutenant Governor Dennis Mendiola, Justin Mizutani, and Joey De La Cruz. According to prosecutors, Mendiola, then the Special Assistant of the Homeland Security and Emergency Management Office, authorized the rental of multiple vehicles without sufficient budget or payment. According to the court documents, the cars were rented from Pacific Corporation, doing business as SPN Car Rental Center. And prosecutors say in their filing this wasn't an isolated case. In total, unpaid rentals linked to these defendants left the Commonwealth with debts exceeding $61,000. Justin Paul Mizutani, a lieutenant with the Department of Fire and Emergency Services, is accused of aiding in the unauthorized transport of a rental vehicle in November 2022, causing an additional loss of over $3,000. And Joey Vincent de la Cruz, then acting special assistant of HSEM, is also charged for allegedly participating in the pattern of unpaid rentals. Each faces a misconduct in public office charge. Mendiola and Mizutani are also charged with theft for allegedly taking and using a rental vehicle with intent to permanently deprive its owner. The case is being prosecuted by Assistant Attorney General Olga Kelly. Kelly is new to the NMI, coming in from Northern California. In his statement, the Lieutenant Governor's office said he maintains his innocence and says the charges are without merit. They also stated that he will be on leave through next week.
The CNMI, which claims to be owed tens of millions of dollars, will settle for $5 million from Team King, the company approved for assignment following Imperial Pacific's bankruptcy. Representatives from Imperial Pacific International, Team King Investment, and attorneys for creditors appeared in front of Judge Robert Farris in the United States District Court yesterday morning. Attorney for debtor Chuck Choi told the court that escrow is fully funded as of August 20th to include a $5 million check to the CNMI Treasury and nearly $1.5 million to Aaron Haligwa's account. Haligwa represents former IPI employee Joshua Gray, who successfully sued the company. Attorney for creditor Christopher Wong says he is working with the debtor to get funds distributed to claimants and unsecured creditors. Attorney for Saipan Stevedore Vincent Seman states nearly $300,000 in fees have accrued as Team King requests removal of shipping containers. Attorney for Team King Louis Yanza says that Team King will assume responsibility for any storage fees incurred after the closing date and anticipates moving the containers sometime next week. As the sale transaction closed on August 20th, the court discharges the two orders to show cause. A motion for administrative claim is scheduled for October 2nd.
A cabinet official already facing a DUI charge may have additional charges tacked on because authorities say he was in a government car. According to the summons issued on July 24 of this year at Twins Market near Garapan, the Secretary of the Department of Public Works, Ray Umel, was cited for reckless driving, a DUI, and refusal to take a breathalyzer test. In Judge Kenneth Gavendo's courtroom yesterday, the prosecution requested and was granted a continuance in order to add previously uncited information.
Right now, how the process is when a traffic case comes in, depending on the types of charges, we can either just, it's charged by citation. Person shows up, and we proceed on the citation. But because the charges in this case are not necessarily all traffic charges, we're planning on charging by information instead. It's just a different way of charging the case, but then so that's why we continue the arraignment.
Misuse of a government vehicle may well be the information that is added to the arraignment.
At this time, I can say that I believe so. Yeah. So I'll just leave it at that.
Mr. Umel responds.
Let the process continue. But as far as the Department of Public Works, it's business as usual. Moving ahead with no interruptions. Still doing my part to continue with the work projects.
Asked if he was driving a government vehicle at the time of the traffic stop.
Yeah, I have no comments to that.
Okay.
The case will be continued on August 28 with Mr. Umel's attorney appearing in his stead.
Two major airline carriers that service the Marianas from Korea are reducing their flight schedules. Airline seats bringing Korean tourists to the NMI will be fewer and farther between for the next few weeks and potentially longer. T-Way Airlines has suspended service to the NMI and Jeju Airlines is about to do so. Jeju's duty manager, Rich Ah, says the nighttime service will be temporarily cut beginning in September.
The night flights from September, I believe, 10 to October 1 is going to be temporarily suspended, but our daytime flights are still operational. So it's just a reduction of flights just for the nighttime flights in the time being.
The Marianas Visitors Authority says Jeju is also considering suspending the night flights for 2 weeks in October, though that decision has not yet been finalized. Says the closure from September 10th to October 1st will allow Jeju Air time to get back to the drawing board.
I don't have exact reasons why we are suddenly suspending flights, but it's probably just in order to reassess and maybe figure out what we're going to do with the lack of passengers, if anything.
MVA says T-Way has suspended their service from August 18 to September 28 and will be suspending flights from October 14 to November 22nd. Jamaica Tyrone states that these cancellations, for the most part, are the result of the oversupply of seats to Guam following the Korean Air and Asiana merger. That merger calls for the new airline to at least temporarily maintain the same number of seats to Guam that it had in 2019. It's more seats than there is demand for, so the airlines have dumped the price to Guam, and this drastically affects our market. And rather than fly at low or negative margins, the carriers to the NMI have decided not to fly. Duty manager for Jeju Air is still hopeful for their future operations in the CNMI.
Well, I can't speak for the company itself, but personally, I think we're honestly not in a good spot, but I think with the proper support, then I think we could come back and continue operations, or even get more flights into the island.
A woman accused of embezzling funds from the public school system remains in custody. The accused, Clarissa Adlawan, sat with attorney Mark Scoggins in Judge Ramona Manglonia's federal courtroom yesterday. A federal detention hearing is scheduled to determine whether this non-U.S. citizen is a flight risk if awarded bail. Ms. Adlawan and her daughter Giselle Boutalid, a U.S. citizen and employee in the Saipan public school system, are accused of illegally funneling over $250,000 of PSS money into a family-owned shadow company during the years 2021 through 2022. Through her attorney, Mark Scoggins, a request was made and the judge granted a continuance of the detention hearing for 1 week. In the meanwhile, a lot of questions still remain to be answered. When did this investigation begin? How long did PSS know about the loss of funds? What is being done to ensure that this never happens again? PSS Commissioner Lawrence Camacho responded via telephone that PSS policy is to not provide information during an ongoing official investigation. But please rest assured, he said, that PSS is reviewing protocols in order to ensure that such alleged misconduct could never happen again.
Coming up, fortune favors the bold. 14 entrepreneurs set out to grow through an innovative program.
And what does it mean to be safe? News you can use. Next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Heat stroke is one of the leading causes of non-crash, vehicle-related fatalities among children. Vehicle heat stroke occurs when a child is left in a hot vehicle, allowing for the child's temperature to rise in a quick and deadly manner. In today's fast-paced world and with our busy schedules, we often tell ourselves that we would never leave our child in the back seat of the car, yet it can still happen. Take action if you notice a child alone in a car. Protecting children is everyone's business. Even in cooler temperatures, your vehicle can heat up to dangerous temperatures very quickly. Keep your vehicle locked and keep your keys out of reach. Make it a habit to look before you lock and avoid putting children at risk of heat stroke. Help us prevent hot car deaths in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands Department of Public Safety.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
But I think of you sometime. Want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Let's go.
Welcome back. You are watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Would you know what to do if someone collapsed right in front of you? This morning at Saipan International, safety got top billing. Stay safe, CNMI. United Airlines hosted a safety fair at Saipan International Airport this morning. Government agencies and community stakeholders share safety tips and their commitment to safety in the Commonwealth.
My name is Firefighter Dito. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use a fire extinguisher. We have the acronym PASS. So it's pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. So the first letter, pull the pin, take this, yank it out. Next one is aim. You're going to take the nozzle. You're going to aim at the base of the fire, and then you're going to squeeze the handle, and then you're going to sweep left to right. That's it. That's how you use a fire extinguisher.
So our job here as a port police is make sure that the safety of the passengers from coming in and going, that this is the first place that they come to our island. So we make sure that they're safe when they're coming in and out, as well as the general public.
Always think twice before you're doing something. You always want to go back home the way you left it. And yeah, always think twice.
A lot of people here in the CNMI are prone to cardiac problems, and chest compression is the most critical part of CPR. So if you are scared or you don't know what to do, the best thing you can do is just place your hand in the center of the chest and compress hard and fast. You don't need to do anything else, just do chest compression until medical personnel arrives. And the chance of survival will increase rather than not doing anything at all.
If you're not CERT or CPR certified, come check us out and sign up for the free classes so that you can be ready to help save a life.
When we think about safety, the best way to approach or to create this environment or lifestyle of being safe is prevention, right? And exercise is one of the best ways of prevention, and with strength training, obviously the goal is to help either retain or build muscle mass, which means that we'll be stronger, have stronger bones, and when that happens, then we decrease our chances of injury because we have, stronger balance, better stability, and just overall better support for the body.
And as we're moving into the typhoon season, my big tip is to really look inward with your family and really develop preparedness tips and the supplies that you might need in case there is an event like a typhoon is approaching, or just like we recently had, maybe a no-notice event like a tsunami that might be pending. You know, where am I going to go? Where are we going to meet our kids? You know, how are we going to evacuate? And what is our plan?
United Airlines General Manager Jennifer Sablon says it's the first time in a long time they've hosted their safety fair, but it won't be their last.
One of our pillars for our company is safety, and so it's important to us to kind of get the message out to our traveling population, business partners, people that we work together with here at the airport, to make sure that, you know, safety should really be our top priority. And so it's nice to bring that message to Saipan, and so we look forward to this event happening every year.
Underway in Rota is the Coconut and Sweet Potato Festival. The two-night event includes a cooking competition, educational demonstrations, and an umang race.
And yes, it's August already, but thanks to the delay from the storm, happening tonight is the Christmas in July event at NMC, where vendors will showcase their goods until 8 p.m.
And in more good news, to incubate is to mature, to ripen, to blossom, to develop, to progress, to supplement, to evolve. On Monday of this week, the Innovation Incubator Program, in its brand new home at the Beach Road Plaza, handed Governor David Apatang a giant pair of scissors to share in the ribbon-cutting celebration, inaugurating a collaboration between the U.S. Small Business Administration and the Northern Marianas College. NMC President Galvin De Leon Guerrero.
I have a lot of love for my dad, so I like to talk about him, but I share that with you because he lived what Virgil once said. He lived that expression, fortune favors the bold. And that is what this center represents, this innovation incubator. It represents the bold aspirations of our Commonwealth. And I want to give it up to our SBDC Regional Network Director, Nadine De Leon Guerrero, and the people working in this office, Cherise and Duncan. Let's give it up to them. Because this was a competitive grant, and we were competing with other states and territories, and we got it. And with that, we then launched our own competitive process, and we had a lot of businesses apply to be part of this program. Now, we couldn't give it to all the businesses, but those businesses that were selected represent the boldest ideas that are here in the Commonwealth. And I think that's what we need more of here in the Commonwealth. We often want things to come easy, we want things to come quick. But you know, when I look out in the crowd, I see so many people who are bold political leaders, who are bold business leaders, who are bold creatives. And that's what we need more of today. That's what this center represents, that's what today's recipients represents, and that's what the Commonwealth should represent. Just as my father was bold, I challenge all of us to be bold. So, remember, no matter what comes our way, we must always face each challenge with passion, with creativity, and with tenacity. And remember that fortune favors the bold. So, Jesus Masi, and congratulations.
The Innovation Incubator has selected 14 inaugural innovators into the program with a mission to provide resources, mentorship, training, planning, and a creative workspace in which to thrive. The Marianas Chorizos Company.
We're locally owned and we're locally sourced. We try to source whatever product that we can to put into our sausages. We use the produce that, you know, the island gives us, and it's handcrafted, you know, so the stuff that you see out in the stores, they're coming from miles away. This one is just homegrown in your backyard.
Okay, here's the question. What is the incubator program going to do for you?
Oh, it's gonna level us up, right? We're gonna scale up. We'll be able, instead of 80 pounds, we'll be doing what? Maybe 200 pounds a week.
Chris Yang Yu, the founder of Crownway, a renewable solutions provider.
I think a program like this one is a game changer for our company. And I see this program as a way to reach more community members, collaborate with other entrepreneurs, and learn from our experienced mentors, and to help us better serve our community.
and Jordan Paradise Ruiz of Paradise Lyric House.
There's people like me that rap, sing, write lyrics. In general, creatives on island, I feel like they're a little bit hidden. They stay a little kind of hiding away a bit. And with what I do, I hope to inspire them to move out here in the open and just put themselves on display, because you got nothing to lose and everything to gain from doing it. Music in general is very unifying. You can unite each other through the sound of music. People can dance to the same song from here and there, and all of a sudden they got something in common that makes them, that vibration gets them together. So that's something I want to work towards, working with artists in Guam, working with artists here, there, and yonder would be great for the island and for just unification of places that are so divided.
Yes, fortune favors the bold, and these bold innovators hope to incubate their seeds of invention into gardens of plenty.
Coming up in sports, the final part in Bob Coldine's competitive bird series. What's next?
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas, sports fans! A story for the birds. Our resident bird watcher, Bob Coldine, is on the bird board. But can it last? And for a guy who plays to win, how can he climb up the bird leaderboard? Quitters never win, but they do have more free time. The final installment of Birds on the Brain.
I'm not one to stick a feather in my own hat, but for most species this year, I'm in 25th place, only 86 species behind first for all time. And for all time checklist, now I'm only 2008 behind. I used to collect these Japanese glass floats. My favorite place was Marine Beach. After there'd be large waves, I'd go around the north and south sides, and I'd found these and others washed up on the rocks there. And then I went a long stretch and I didn't find any. Well, I got to get up there earlier. So after some big waves had come in, I got up at the crack of dawn before the sun came up, and I put some coffee in a thermos. I flew through Cagman. I got down there, and the sun was not even come up yet, and I was feeling so good until I saw these fresh, knobby tire tracks in the sand. Somebody had already been there. Well, I knew this American guy who drove a Jeep with big knobby tires, and I knew it was him. I said, I can't beat that guy. That's it. I quit.
Bob thought about the glass balls, thought about the competition, the leaderboard, the dedication to sport, John Wooden, Shohei Ohtani, and yes, Larry Bird. What would Larry Bird do?
So I quit competitive bird watching. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like to watch birds. The only equipment you need is a good chair. I joined the Chill Bill Appreciation Society. There's no web pages, no checklists, no leaderboards, no scores. Now, there's still side effects I have to report. I'm unable to do as many household chores as I used to do, and I do get real thirsty around 4 o'clock. But you know, instead of my sport, it's my communion with Mother Nature. It's something I like to tweet about, and it's right up my tree.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, a 60% chance of rain showers, mild breezes, and low temperatures of around 80 degrees. The weekend is forecast to be milder, with only a 30% chance of isolated showers, low winds with high temperatures of around 87 degrees with lows around 78 degrees in the evening hours. The sun will set tonight at 6:36 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:04 a.m. A perfect time for a personal innovation incubation. As the rooster crows, you sit in the fog of your latest living dream and ask, is that sandwich I dreamt about worth changing my life for? If the answer is yes, start planting the tomatoes. And I will see you in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
See you again on Monday, bright and early, with the birds.